I can see the light. I don't know what that meant, but we are here. Let me get over here. Let me change this cam for you guys. What's up, everybody, over on the YouTube side? I've been gone for a little bit. Not gonna lie, I've been down for I've been out on a little bit from it's been like what, a couple weeks or whatever. I've been busy as hell, pumping out some jams, shooting some music videos. So I haven't really had a lot of energy and time to do things. But here we are. We're back. So. Let me make sure everything over here on the YouTube side is going good. As I normally have to do test things out, but we should be good. But just in case, I like to make sure. I also have the Instagram running, so Blackfoot Body Mods, Stainers Studios on YouTube. Da boy, hit me up in the chat, man. All right. So let me test this out. Let me see how this works. Okay. All right, let me see the live chat. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's go over here to YouTube. Dun 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 dun. All right, I just gotta make sure I can see like my screen. I have like monitor everything. I know I see it on the OBS side, but okay, all right, perfect. It's doing things. That's great, awesome. I can see me. I can see you. Let me change my camera over here. I got the little zoom in. You know what I'm saying? The little zoom in. All right. Guard privacy, but there he is. I see you, my man. All right, cool. We got this going. We got it rolling. Audio is good. Let me make sure audio is good. Audio. Hey. I hear me. I hear everything. All right, people. People of YouTubes. Good to have you back. Steven! What's up, Steven? I was going to forget about you, my boy. I just popped out the chat right now, so let me do a little bit of a... And I just learned that you can pop out the chat on YouTube, and that's incredible, because now I could just see your chat. Normally I have the phone going, but the phone has like a really bad latency, where the live chat is a bit more, you know, on point. So, all right, cool. We are here. So today, our goal is to write an EDM metal track. I call it EDM metal. I don't know what everybody else calls it. There's people just say it's metalcore. I don't know, genre bend. I don't care. I just call it EDM metal because if you guys have been paying attention to a lot of the President songs coming out, they all have like that EDM vibe to it, and I dig that. I love EDM, and so we're going to be messing around with some stuff like that. And in case you didn't know, I used to actually produce pop and EDM music, so it's one of the things that I love doing. I haven't done in a while. I'm going to go into this completely blank. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just know that I've been kind of like listening to songs like that President, that new song that came out, Doom Loop. I've been listening to Rage. I also heard a couple songs from Dayseeker that I really like that have more of a synthwave kind of vibe, which we might jump a little bit into that territory. But today we're going to focus on how to blend EDM and metal in like one cohesive song, because you could put them both in one song, but if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. It just kind of falls apart. So the cool thing about electronic music and the cool thing about metal is that they can blend very well together. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's jump into here. Let me go into the Logic. All right, so for some reason, I got to manually transition because it's not doing it the right way. Oh, wait, is it because of this? Ah, I figured out pressing the wrong button because I'm an idiot. All right, cool, awesome. All right, so here we are. So we're going to be using a lot of splice stuff, and splice is kind of like, I'll give you guys a little bit of a little in. Splice is kind of like that girlfriend, that girl that you don't want to be seen with, but if you call her, you know she'll be over. You get what I mean? So nobody likes to use splice. Nobody likes to admit that they use splice samples, but everybody uses them. And if you listen to a lot of President songs, it has that in there. There's a lot of splice samples in it, especially like if you're paying attention to their interludes between songs. It's everywhere. It's everywhere in their tracks. So we are going to be using a lot of splice today, especially for drum samples, ambient sounds, maybe to come up with some ideas for like little plucks and stuff like that. We're gonna have this is a little bit different than writing octane rock. And the reason I say that is because octane rock is very like, it's straight to the point. You have a main riff, or you start with a chorus, and then the song is very pop structure from there. Where in like President's music, it's like there's an intro, then there's the intro, or like the main riff, then there's a verse, there's always a pre-chorus of some sort that drops down, and then there's a chorus. That's normally their structure. So we're going to try to mimic that today and see what we come up with. So we're going to start very bare bones, very minimalistic, and then we're going to build it from there. We might only get up to the chorus today. I'm not sure. We'll see, because like I said, I have none of this planned. So let's figure this out. Steven's like, understand that. See, sometimes you just need, you know what I'm saying? You need that little kick, you know? All right, so let me adjust this page a little bit here. All right, cool. So let's bust out splice. Let's see what we could come up with. What tempo are we in, actually? $200 is pretty good. I'm happy with 200. If I got to change it later, I'll change it, but let's start there. Where's my splice? All right, my splice samples. You guys can see it on the page. Okay, so let's find. I want to find something that's like. Let's try something cinematic. Just like kind of an idea, like a pad intro or something like that. I'm not sure, but let me see. Cinematic doesn't kind of work. Let's put like ambient pads. Bridge on, yeah. I might probably want it like at half speed of that. I think that we're going to be writing mainly in. Let me see. We're gonna go down to E. Let's do E. I know it's very low. President writes all their stuff like really low anyway. So here we're like, we're an F here, but I kind of feel more E for this. I don't know why, but I feel E. I feel like an E today. If we got to change it, we'll change it, but let's riff out some stuff. You never know. Might come up with a chorus or something. Let me plug into the boy over here. Input. I just replaced the battery on this thing too, so. I think it needs more gain, huh? Let's go into the gain settings, yeah. I was recording a band. A little bit lower. A little bit hotter. I was recording a band over the weekend, and we had to like kind of mess around with my settings. A different guitar. Okay, I kind of like it. Let's go to E. We'll stick to E for now. E. Finland rocks. Join us over on the AG side. I'm gonna be on there for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna jump straight to YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna jump only to YouTube. Let's put a bit more gain on here, a little bit less gate. President's courses are like they go twofold. Either they're very like they're either like very open or they're extremely tight. So I think for this I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and I want to do something that's tight. So. Let's do some of that. I know it doesn't sound very chorusy, but in the spirit of writing something that's a little fresh, let's do it. Let's tune the guitar up or down. I tend to pick extremely hard, so I always tune. This is a tip for you guys. Every time you tune your guitars, when you record, always make sure you tune it based on how hard you hit. Because if you pick it soft while you're tuning it, and then you're playing it and it's a lot harder, and now you just put yourself in a predicament. And obviously through this process, I'm going to be asking you guys, what do you guys think about sounds and stuff like that? It's kind of a little awkward over on YouTube because you can't really you can't tell me like, hey, what melody do you guys, but certain sounds and stuff. Okay. Okay, let's do some of that. All right. So YouTube side, not YouTube side, Instagram side. I let you guys go. Goodbye. There we go. Now I'm only focused on you guys over here. All right. So, let me actually pop the stream up on my phone. I need to monitor it somehow because my brain will be like, is the video okay? Is it working? There we go. My brain will be like, is it working? Is it on? Is it doing stuff? So, okay. Okay, so let's do some of that. Okay. That's the way too fast. So off the rip. 145 maybe. Oh, cool. Let's do it like that, and then I'll quantize it. So. That was rough. But as long as we have the idea down, let's quantize. So put this one back here. Let's go like a little bit of a build up over here. Go here and this one's a little bit rougher. Okay. So symbol wise, there you go. There's so many symbols. Okay, so let's do that. My bad. Let's do that, and then we'll modify from there. Then we'll accent. And sometimes, believe it or not, this is the majority of the time when I write like drums, I actually do it like this, because when you're doing drums, right, and you're like sitting there with like the mouse, everything's like the same velocity. And I kind of get that for some songs, you know, you want everything to be at like 127 maxed out. But when you do it like with you're actually playing it, you know, with the keyboard, touch sensitive MIDI board, it actually, like, yeah, you can press it hard, but there's still going to be a little bit of variation. So I like to do it that way. It's also faster than me having to sit there and just be like, oh no, note by note by note by note by note. Note by note by note by note by note. It's really annoying. I do it for the bass too, but I think open. Let's see. Let's see what comes out. I'm kind of in between two different riffs there. I might just work to just go. We'll see. One of those like nasty ass, you know, riffs. We'll try it. We'll see. This gate is like really fucking with me. Let's bring that gate down. Oh, I hear the octave guitar in the background too. Let's mute that for now. Let's do some of that. Okay. So let's pretend we're going. Yeah, yeah, that'll work because I want to do like an EDM build up into the core. So. Let's do it. Let's do that. We'll suspend that last note into the. Go. There we go. Now it's not the tightest played thing. Alrighty. So if I want to get crazy, I would do harmonies, but President really doesn't do much guitar harmonies, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna go to sticker. I like that last harmony though. We gotta do the bullet harmony. That little bullet harmony. Let me tighten it up a little bit because right now it's a little all over the place. So let's put that second note there. Let's go here. Let's add. Let's do that. I don't know what that is. So we're starting backwards, but I kind of like the idea of going backwards. You can see the screen. Oh, my bad. There we go. Sorry, I did a stupid when I was looking for the YouTube stuff. So all I did was pretty much I recorded the tracks, then I went in here and I put it on rhythmic, so I could kind of like just automatically split the notes over here. Sometimes it comes out a little funky. Sometimes it works. But normally what I like to do is that I like to demo things out, and then I'll go backwards, and then from there we'll do the full tracking when I change out the strings and everything. But okay, I think for now we have enough Git fiddle, because President songs aren't really, those EDM songs they have aren't really like guitar based. They're more as just like an accent. So I think this works for now. So let's get the bass layer on here. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it by ear. That might be a little too low. So let's start with the E there. I might actually transcribe this. I'm not sure. Well, we're kind of getting. Okay, I completely messed up the last one, but it's the same pattern over and over again. So we're gonna go here. You know what I'm gonna actually do for the bass? I'm not gonna go this crazy with it. I think the bass I'm just gonna keep it straight. Do 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 do. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it straight. See, you say okay. This is why I set up the YouTube chat, because you replied you can only see the screen. Like I can only see the screen, but now is when my phone sent me the message. So there's like a big delay. So I'd rather have it here live. I don't know how instantaneously or how quick the response is, but so let's do this. Let's do this. All these little MIDI notes. Let's put them in the place where they belong. Dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. That's not what I want. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's just do it this way. Let's go here. Let's go tap, blup, blup. Still got to give it a chorus kind of feel. It's just the guitars are kind of doing their own thing. All right, I get rid of all this stuff over here. Okay, down here. Cool. This is all the same stuff. So all we're changing is the root note. So let's go here. We go here. Do 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 do. And then da-na-na. Down. So it was an E. It's not. It kind of bends. So let me see if I could find them in G. Good. It bends up to an E, but I'll mess with that later. So let's see how that sounds. Let me see. I think there's something a little bit off over here. Confused me for a sec there. Okay, there we go. So this to me, let's make it. Let's try it with the other stuff. I might make this chorus a bit more open. Let's add some stuff to it. Let's bust out the splice. You guys liking that so far? I got 4 of you guys in here. Who's in here? Say hello. Hello. All right, so let's go into the crazy stuff over here. So let's jump into splice and see what we can do. We're in E. Let's add some kind of like lead stuff, I guess. I don't even know what that's doing. What I could do is find vocals. Wow, that was crazy. But I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna chop it. That's loud as hell. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. So it's here. We're gonna go a little crazy with this. This part, I'm gonna let's pitch this down. Let's pitch it down. We're gonna do some crazy stuff over here. Let's transpose this down 12. I'm gonna still chop it. It's gonna be saying whatever it's saying, but I don't want the words to be audible. I just like the melody of it. It's kind of like. Let's go back to the regular pitch here. So. So I guess at that part she says, dang. I don't know if we really want to get that deep with it, but yeah, President would write songs about that. So this is the chord. right, so now I'm gonna rate my own pads. It needs a little bit more. We could probably use a little bit of piano in here. You know what? That might actually work. Some nice little EDM piano. Because President likes to add violins and pianos to their stuff, so we're gonna do the same thing. Piano and violin just has this thing about making things just like sound so much more emotional. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that. So let's jump in here. Let's add a track. Let's add a new software instrument over here. And it's gonna sound really ugly right now. Oh, it's the bass. Alright. Hey. That's an ugly sounding piano. Okay. It's the first. There's one there that I gotta change, but obviously we're gonna keep that sound. That sounds disgusting, but. Okay, so I think it's this one here. So. No, the E stays as the root. Nice. So let's find a cool sound here in Serum that makes sense with this. I don't know, the piano sounds really ugly right now, but we're going to fix that. We're going to mitigate that like right now. Something a bit plucky sounding. Let's see. Let's start from a template over here somewhere. Let's go to plucky sounds. No. No. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I really even need these. Let me see. I'll keep that one in mind. That one's pretty cool. What is it called? Atom. Atom! EDM pad. I mean, you can't get more EDM than this. I mean, listen, I like it. We got two different sounds to play around with right now, and I kind of like this one and the other one. This is where the sound design comes in. So we're going to see how both of them sound multi-layered. The other one plays more like a chord, and this one could play like the root changes. So this one will just be We'll add some chorus to it to make it like a little bit wider, like what is this? This hyper dimension stuff. Let's add a bit more. This one's not going to be that audible, but just the dimension that it adds to the one in the middle kind of winds it out, makes it sound like a bigger chorus. So I kind of. All right, cool. So now that we have that, see, we got the chorus out of the way. Everything else is pretty much easy flowing from there. So based off of this, I like this for the intro. Because chorus, President always has this thing where in the beginning where they play like something that's reminiscent of the chorus that's going to play after. And then when you hear the chorus, you're like, oh, I know that part because I heard it before. So that's songwriting 101 for you guys. You want people to remember a chorus, feel like they've heard it before, introduce it some way in the beginning of the song, and they'll be like, oh, I've heard this before. They might not be able to pinpoint it exactly where it's coming from, but they'll know. They'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard this. Let me clean these up over here. I kind of like that one where it's at, where it begins. This one could be moved a little bit back here. Clean that up a little bit, and obviously, like those songs are gonna be like, these sounds aren't gonna be dry like that. But if you guys want a mix of this song, give me a like on the video, and I'll come back to it and I'll finish it. I'll actually make it like a full production, because believe it or not, this is kind of really my style of. This is kind of like what my band Chasing Stars is. Not to the extent of this level of EDM, but I do like electronic music, and we do use a lot of pop and electronic sounds in our music. So this could be something that we use for one of our singles, and you guys would be a part of it, which is sick. So, okay, let's start with this. I love that. So yeah, we're going to use that. That's going to be part of the beginning. Let's add like an 808 bass, like a Reese bass over here. I kind of want to write my own, but in the sake of using Splice, because we're here, let's try to see what Splice has. Where is it? Here. Let's see what Splice can do for us. So this ends here, which is like halfway. Yeah. Let's find the bass. Do we have bass here? These are all just like vocal here, bass. Same chords as the chorus. There's our violin. Thank you, Bray. I like the first one, but I have an idea of I like the first one. The come on, play. I kind of want something more subdued. Let's go with this one. Where is it? I like this one. Okay. This is the reason why I do this. So now, all right, now let's go get some EDM drums. Let's get some drums in here. Let's find a EDM kick. EDM kick. I want to go like full blown like EDM, like rolling kick drum, everything. This is gonna be one of those. Why does Splice do that? Sometimes you have to like play the whole track in order to do. Come on, Splice. Stop being lazy, Bray. Let's find a. That's close. Yeah. That just went into the wrong place, but yeah, that's kind of the vibe over here. Let's put you down here. There you go. And let's find a like a clap or like an EDM snare. EDM. It's like a trap snare. Let's find an EDM snare. That's the one. And then we're gonna find some EDM hi-hats. I know, it's a lot of splice. Believe it or not, this is a lot of bands. This is how they do it. Really like the direction of this track. I already read that, but I read it again because it's cool. I like this one. It's got a little bit of an ominous sound to it, and I like that. I dig it. So we're gonna start with the kick. So let's go. Let's make this really wide. Let's go here. 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 All right, now we could do the other thing. Here we go. There. That's how we're gonna start it. So kick drums galore, and then from there we're gonna evolve the verse. So let's go here. Let's name these E-hats. E-kick. And this is gonna be E-snare. Cool. Oh, I'm loving that already. Loving it. Maybe I can get rid of these and just do something else. You know. Oh, you know what kind of an... I'm thinking about some pretty cool transitions that I could do here. So let's start here. Now, I have two options here. I can go to the actual drum kit, or I can keep on this EDM streak. For the sake of this, I do want to kind of stay on the EDM streak. Let's see what comes to mind. I think I'm going to do these a little bit different, so let's put these down here. And let's do something like Alright, so let's fill it in with the bass. Let's get that rolling bass line going. And we got to sidechain this to the kick drum. So let's get a rolling bass. So how to make a rolling bass? Pretty much reverb. So the best way I've had explained to me how a rolling... Let me fade this a little bit. There we go. The best way that I've heard how to make a rolling bass kick drum is, you know, when you're at a club and you're like outside the main door and you hear the kick drum from the outside of that. That's kind of the sound that we're trying to go for. So we're going to add... I'm gonna put this on a separate bus. I don't want this on the same bus. But let's go to here. Let's just add this 6. Here we go. So same kick drum. We're gonna add some reverb to it. I'm gonna use something a little bit easier than that. Let me use an echo. Not echo. Sorry, where is it? Reverb. Reverb and verb. Simple. That's not it. My bad. I'm trying to use like the most basic reverb that I have. That's kind of the idea. So we're gonna add. We're gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna time the pre-delay to hit that in the middle. So if I now let's cut all the top end stuff. Where is it? There we go. It's basic EQ. Keep a little bit of it in there, you know, because we kind of want to hear that. I don't want that tail to be that long. I'm going to do this with a different reverb. That one's not doing what I wanted to do. So let me head to, let's get this one. So you got to find the right one that actually really works. That's way better. I'm gonna pitch it down like a little bit. There you go. Good. There we go. All right. No, this one already has a filter, so I don't even need the EQ. That's cool. You can do that too. There you go. And that's how you make a rolling bass line. All right, cool. So we got it. That took a little bit of time, but... be a little bit more. I kind of like that distorted sound. Yeah, I kind of dig that. All right, so let's see what we're gonna do with these. So let's tie this bass into the kick drum. So we're gonna go with some dynamics. We're gonna do a little bit of compressor. I do kind of like a little bit of mixing as I write. It just kind of helps me like figure out what I'm gonna do, you know, as I do stuff. So let's go to no, not that one. No, not that one. E kick. So let's see how that flows into this. I could see that being the very basic bare bones of the verse, but I think we can take it like a little step up. We'll add some little notes to it, little melodies, and then we're gonna really build it out. But so let me see what's what. dun dun. Something like that. So we're gonna mess around with those root notes, but and we're gonna change that sound too, but dun dun dun. Dun dun, definitely president vibes. Hooray! Maybe if I go to like a G. I'm just gonna stay on the E. I'm just gonna stay on the E. Screw it. I like the E. Sometimes if you want to make things feel kind of ominous, staying on the root note while everything else kind of shifts gives you that feeling. So. Okay, cool. And that's the same notes as the chorus too. So the same sound as the chorus. So when the chorus hits again, people are going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that sound. For like I said, people won't be able to like explain what it is, but they'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds, yeah, I've heard that in somewhere else, or it's going to sound familiar to them. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to E on that one. I'm gonna change these notes to something else that's a bit more like bassy, dirty sounding, but dun 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 dun. I like that. Wow, wow, wow. Let's make it a little bit higher though. So E. Down, 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 down. Just reverse the notes. I'm gonna remove these and see how it sounds without those notes there. I like that. I'll put it very subtle on the background. So we're gonna like move this away. Cool. We're gonna incorporate some of the vocal noises into this part because the president likes doing that stuff. So we're gonna do it too. Miguel got ideas. We're gonna have a little transition part here. And I'm gonna do it with EQ. So we're gonna do one here too. Because fade ins and fade outs are very, very important to this style of music. So we're gonna start with. Let's start like really low. Let me turn it on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Very ominous sounding. Very President-y vibes. We're going to do the same thing for the kick drum, but we're going to do it backwards. So I'm going to cut the high end on the kick drum when it gets over here. Because I think this is... Okay, so you see how like that kind of loses all movement when it gets here? So we have two options here. We could either move this over here. Just vocally start there. Oh, that's going to be sick. All right, so we're going to move this. Let's get a pre-chorus going. Once I have like everything kind of structured out, then I can start moving stuff around. I normally don't do like full instrumentation production until I have vocals in there, because when I get vocals in there, that's when everything starts like making sense. So that's when I'll like cut stuff out. I'll add accents for the vocal parts, and that's really like where you start getting to like the nitty-gritty stuff. So I never understood. And listen, if that's your workflow for doing things, that's cool. But me as like a vocalist, I like to have room to do the things that I want singing wise, and then after everything vocally is done, then I could move around music parts depending on where I want them, depending on what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, the vocal is king. So I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't give a shit how good your track sounds. But if the vocals don't sound like they fit in the song, or the other way around, the song doesn't fit the song doesn't feel like it fits with the vocals, it feels disconnected, you know? It's just like, okay, it's like sometimes when you hear like rappers doing like rapping over beats and you're like, it just quite doesn't fit. It sounds like the vocals over here somewhere and the instrumentation is kind of like a separate thing, you know? So that's one thing that's, it took me a while to like do stuff like that. But once I started doing it, understanding, I'm like, no, that makes sense. So it's just my way of doing things. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I prefer doing it. I just like doing things, you know, when the vocals are in there, then that's when I start moving MIDI notes around and really getting things. This is kind of just a skeleton. All right, so we're gonna go with like an open part. Oh, I didn't move this stuff up here. I did a little bit of a stupid. Okay, so this is gonna be like our 4-bar bridge over here, and it's gonna be like some ambient, open stuff. It could just be like an E chord. Don't know. Let's see. Let's go back to this pack. I really like this pack. Not a lead, maybe. That's like way too EDM. That's like once we go there, we lost the plot. But let's find some, not leads. Let's find like a hook, maybe? Let's see. Maybe, you never know. That sounds so cool. Like I could just throw like vocals in there and it'll sound awesome, you know? But let's not do that. Let's add some, I'm looking for like a pad kind of thing. Synths maybe? There you go, synths. That might work. That's the pad that the bass that I had before that I'm like, that might work. That's cool. No. I'm looking for like a noise. Okay. I think I know what I think I know what I'm looking for. So let's look for like not a riser, but I want to find like a reverse riser or something. Let's maybe this one. I like that. We'll use that one as the actual riser, and then we'll find another one that works. Damn, I didn't need all of those. Jam. That's a long riser, Bray. Good thing we got time. Woo! Way to blow some ears out. Okay, let's make it like way shorter. I just need it to like right there. Okay, now we can find a reverse riser. That's the one. Because we gotta build like the emotional part into the chorus. You know, it can't just be like oh yeah, we're just gonna like half-ass it. You know, we need to like, you know, President likes to add a lot of like things where they like talk in between. We might do that on another video, but they like to add stuff where like, you know, people are like quoting stuff, and I've done stuff like that before. Okay, let's find like white noise or brown noise. Let's see. You know what? That could work. Okay. Okay, so remember how I said I wanted to get a piano before? Here's the time for it. Let's get a piano over here. And sometimes, you know, you just throw ideas at the wall and hopefully it works. see if Splice should have a piano somewhere. Here we go, piano. It's a little too ambient. I want kind of like that piano sound from the beginning of like In the Name of the Father. That's kind of what I'm looking for. All right. Okay, so we gotta do a little bit more with that piano there, but well, let's see how this transition is. The piano might not work. I don't know. The idea might not work because my head is going toward like the In the Name of the Father. Dun 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 that makes the most sense, but that I don't want to like rip it off. You get me? So let's see from the top what we got. So see the click off. Let's get into the vibe. Okay. That's what we're going to use over here, so. Let's put this here. A little riser to this part. It's kind of divided. No, that's not what I wanted there. So there's parts of this that I want over here somewhere. Maybe not there, but over here for sure. It might actually be like right there. Let me see. We're going to do it with some a little bit of a different sound here, because we're going to bring the volume down on this, but I want it to be like a lo-fi. Bring out my favorite lo-fi plugin. Where is it? Here it is. Yep. Let me see. You know what? That could actually work just by itself. Because I could envision somebody like saying a quote over this. You know, just there with like the static noise, like some old time radio or something. Then it goes right into the chorus. So let me see. You guys liking this so far? I'm gonna do something over here. I'm gonna just get rid of this high end on this kick drum down here. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this high end on the kick drum over here. Cause just listening to the way that it is, it's like, eh. It's like the kick drum has too much energy. What's going on? Okay. Let me see. Transitions. Bring it up a little bit. Okay, what's here? I'm gonna probably end up tuning these vocals. So let's, you know what? Let's do something. Let's change the notes on these vocals. Let's go to turn that on. It's pitch correction. Pitch. Why is it no? Let's do dun 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 dun. Okay. This last one, for some reason, is not like hitting the right spot. Ah, there we go. My bad. Miggy did a stupid. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Cool. Okay, so from the top, let's get the whole verse is just kind of like a. I imagine like some like quiet, you know, like almost whisper falsetto kind of singing. maybe a double course. Off the rip? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do double chorus there. I don't know if we're going to do a double chorus there. There is something that I heard in Splice that I really liked from that pack. That was like those pads plucking. So I might add that in the bridge. That's just all vocal stacks. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. So let's see, let's go here. It's from the same pack here. Let me add a, that riser could actually work. It's a little bit different than the other one. So we'll add that there. Let's add that. Yeah, hell yeah. There we go. I like that, but I need the... I like it. I just need the separated thing. Oh, that's the one right there. That's the one. That is the one. Give it to me. What is it? Lost what? Oh, there you go. That is the one that I needed. It might blast your ears. All right, let's jam that. That's gonna be sick. That drop. Dun, 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 dun. And then we'll start from there. So I think, I don't know. That sounds pretty slamming. Let's go from the top. And then let me know, guys. You leave me a comment. Send me a like. Listen, I'm not going to bust your guys' balls too much. But if this video gets 20 likes, we'll keep going with this song. I got to put a little bit of a threshold. I got to get, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to build up some followers over here. Some subscribers, sorry. Now, I confuse YouTube with Instagram. I'm more of an Instagram person. So far, this could be like on the radio. Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. I had the idea to do something over here. Let's put this over here. Let's move it over here and let's slide these over here. Maybe like here, I guess, on the quiet part. Yep. I want it to be like tight. Ah, that's too tight. Let's put it on its own separate little bus here with some delay. I like that. Let's put it down here because I don't want to, like, after the chain. There we go. I'll probably automate that in later. Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's slapping. Okay, I want to add, like, you know, the typical, you know, like the typical. Let's add a snare riser to it right on. Yeah. That's it. That's what I needed, man. Hey, I love this shit. I love it when stuff like this comes together, bro. Okay. I love it when stuff like this comes together, man. I came over here with the idea. I'm like, yo, I know I want to do this, but I have no idea what I am going to do. And I honestly came into this not knowing what I was going to write today. But here we are. So let's make this volume a little bit more dramatic. I might end up cutting it at some point and add the real snare. Go there. Look at that. So. Take a look at that. Where my thumbs at? Like a flam. Like a little bit tighter of a flam there. Cool. All right, so let's mess around with the toms over here a little bit. You guys get to see the back end of my drums. So for Dan. So for my main kit, snare, cymbals, toms, I'm using Architect, the One Hit Wonder Architects. And then I have the kick drum muted because for the kick drum, I'm actually using the RS Drums Progressive Prodigy. I love that kick drum. It sounds cool. And it's a lot more versatile too than the Architects kit. Because you have like all the channels over here, so you can like, you have the out, you got the in, where is it? Sub mixer. You have the kick, you have the, the in, the out, the port, the sub. So you could really mess around with it. No overhead, because I like everything to be like super tight. The only thing I really want in the overheads is like my snare, and that's it. So, but here we go. Let me see. Steven says, I've always struggled with my transitions in and out of parts. I'm getting better at it by watching guys like you and Dusty Bowles. Dude, I fucking love Dusty. Dusty's great, bro. Talked to him a little bit before. He's a really cool guy. Maybe sooner than later. I mean, if something happens with this Instagram, Jesus Christ, with this YouTube channel, we might be working with him, but that's yet to remain seen. But Dusty's great. I love Dusty. I like his channel. He's a great dude. He's given me so much advice. It's ridiculous. So him and Chris are great. I haven't talked to Chris, but Chris is an amazing producer, man. If you want some like crazy modern, like out of this world, gent meets like, I don't know, crazy Thal music, he's your guy for that, man. He goes crazy into production. Okay, so I think we're pretty good for there. We're pretty good there for now. I'm gonna play it one more time. And like I said, listen, hey, if I get 20 likes on this video, we'll continue with a part 2. But let's jam it one more time. Pretty sick. So, like I said, part 2, I get 20 likes on this video. Part 2 will be coming. So, send this to your friends. Tell them to give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. The more people, the merrier. We're trying to blow this thing out of the water. And I think with that said, guys, actually, no. Steven, one thing to get your point across when you're doing transitions, because I used to have this problem too where, like, there's two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Like, there's a spectrum of, like, your transitions sound like they don't belong in the song because they're just too crazy, or you kind of go the opposite way where your transitions now sound the same. You kind of becomes like a repetitive thing where you do like the same kind of drum fills, the same kind of like little transition parts. You want to be kind of somewhere in between. And if you ever need help with like transitioning into parts, just think about like what we did today about moving like the vocals and the chorus to the beginning of the song, so things like that people can hear it. Your pre-choruses, and especially like your pre-choruses, should have some kind of element of something coming into the chorus. It doesn't have to be exactly as you saw here, but like the vocals kind of give that away. It's very nuanced because it's music and you can do really whatever you want with it. But normally what I'll do if I have an issue with the transition is that I'll move over like a drum or I'll move over like a bass line, and then all of a sudden it'll kind of help it, and then I'll find different sounds that kind of make it stand out, you know. So that's kind of like my little tip there. So let's say, for example, if you had issue with this transition here, I could just move the chorus over here, like, you know, two parts of it, and then I could make a transition out of that chorus. Or you can cut parts off like we did over here to make this transition from this half verse a little bit different, you know. That's stuff that comes more in line when you have vocals in place. So like for me, I get really in depth with that stuff once I have fully tracked vocals, and then I could go in there and be like, okay, what do I want to insinuate? I kind of hear myself. It's kind of weird. What parts I want to insinuate on that vocal, and then that's how I come up with transitions. These are just very bare bones. These things might change, but just keep going at it, man. You know, the longer you do this, the more you do this, the easier it becomes. And you kind of don't want to make it a habit where like every transition sounds the same. You got me? Because a lot of people fall into that because Octane Rock, a lot of transitions are kind of very similar. But if you want to make things sound unique, I think that's really where like bands have their own vibe. Like their transitions can really tell what they are. You got me? Like everybody can write a chorus. Like, I mean, you have the same 3-4 note chorus, but the transitions into that chorus or like the little breaks in between the choruses, that's really what makes a band a band. You get me? That's what their sound is. Hit this little note. But with that said, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm actually recording this right now, so I'm going to be putting out a shorter version of this video. And that way you guys can watch that in your spare time. If you want to go back into any of this stuff of whatever I did, maybe you guys can pick my brain a little bit if you want in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions on anything that I use here or whatever I do. But with that said, guys, I am out. Your boy is going to bed, and he's going to go chill. Peace out, my boys.